What is up, you guys? MASANi back with another video. You already know the dealio. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a story. Like, I wanted to do a story. I wanted to do something lighthearted. But then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. This story actually isn't lighthearted. Actually, during this time, I was very much hurt by this event. I was very much hurt, right? But since it's over with, years have passed. Let's tell the freaking story, right? I'm doing a story. Y'all already see the title. I don't know what I'm titling it, but there was a trip with some ladies, had a terrible time. I'm gonna tell you how it went. Okay, so I have to give dates for the story because if I don't give dates, you won't get the essence. All right, like, I'm giving dates. So it's 2020. Mic drop just with that. It's 2020. Y'all know 2020 was, ow, that just hurt. Y'all know 2020 was a year within itself. From top to bottom, 2020 was a year within itself for me. It was a good, the good outweighed the bad. 2020 was a good year. And in 2020, we craved human interaction. It didn't matter what we was doing. We wanted to be around somebody because we were just cooped up in the house. And we had that pandemic money to spend, right? My best friend at the time, she wanted to do an Airbnb. She wanted to spend a weekend at an Airbnb. It was gonna be cute, sweet, nice. And I was excited. She wanted to invite 3 of her other friends. And in my mind, at the time, I just assumed, like, if we get along and then you have friends, me and your friends are gonna get along. And truthfully, I have experienced that. Like, I have had friends where they got along and then we got along, you know? It was cool. Like, it was a good time. Like, I just assumed that was the case with every friendship. No, right? So we planned it out. You know, she handles all the bells and whistles of it because, I mean, it was her idea. And if she wanted to bounce any ideas off of me, of course I got you, like, you know, whatever. But she handled everything and we just sent her the money. At least that's what I'm aware of, right? So the time comes. I'm excited because, one, human interaction, and, you know, like, I just think when girls get together, when women get together and it's a positive interaction, it's always just vibes and laughs. Like, it's always just a vibe, like, because we just understand each other on a different level. Like, it's just a good time, right? So I was excited for that. It's around, oh my goodness, it's around this time. Tomorrow's gonna be Juneteenth. Yo, you don't understand. From Juneteenth down, for me, 2020 was a vibe. Juneteenth down, vibe, right? Other than that weekend. And other than a couple things, but back to the story, right? So we went around this time. I believe we went like the week after, but it's just so nostalgic. It's just nostalgic because I didn't realize I was telling the story around the same time that it happened, you know, like, just how, you know. So yeah, but the weekend was supposed to be cute. We were supposed to have a little barbecue. We were supposed to go to some party. It was supposed to be a little cute thing, right? So yeah, that's what was supposed to happen, right? So okay, I go to my friend's house because her friend, one of them, was supposed to drive. Also, even though she did invite 3 of her friends, only 2 of them ended up being able to go, which was fine, you know, 2 out of 3, whatever, right? So, but I want to say that, like, there was supposed to be 3, but only 2, because I'm going to tell you guys something later on, right? Just so you know, I like to foreshadow. This is foreshadow, right? So, basically, I meet my friend at her house, and her other friend who was driving was going to pick us up and take us to the Airbnb. Cool, right? In the car, it wasn't, I'm not gonna say I was feeling a little weird in the car because I know I can be a little sensitive, but I realized, like, that is such a gift from God for me, like, to be able to just feel, like, I can feel something and I'm able to retreat before things get too bad, truly. So but and the thing is, sadly, on that trip, like, I would never do it again because, like, I'm never going anywhere with anyone I don't know to a place that I can't leave. I need to be able to dip, you know? I need to be able to dip, right? So, either way, so, I don't want to say things were, just in case you didn't know, I don't want to say things were weird in the car, but they were slightly, I'm only gonna say because this is how I was feeling. So I did feel like it was partially Britt in the car because the conversations weren't group based, you know, like it was mainly just her, my best friend at the time, and her friend. And the thing is, I knew the girl, but just because I know you, like, we did go to school together. We did go to school together, but just because we went to school together doesn't mean we know each other. We just saw each other in passing, truly. So there was still a level of familiar. We were familiar, okay? And I think truly, as technically my best friend was the host and of the event, of the shindig, whatever you want to call it. And truthfully, I do believe that if you are the host and you know everybody, you should be the one introducing, you know what I'm saying, like starting the conversation where we can all be included in the conversation. I think that's important. Like, of course there are going to be conversations that only you and the other person know of, because like you two were the only ones there. So I get it, but for a majority, not much, a good amount, an equal amount, you know. So that was a little like, and then when we get there, you know, we check out the space, cool. So then her other friend pulls up, right? And all three of them went to college together, so they have a relationship that I'm not included in, but that's not a problem. That's not the problem. The problem is not including me when we're all together, right? So I would, and of course I would say things, like if I related to something, I would comment, or, you know, I'd give, you know, an opinion if like I felt like there was room to. But truly, I am an introvert, and I'm not saying anything if you don't ask me. I'm not saying anything if you don't tap me into the conversation. And I have heard that just for face value, I do look a bit intimidating. I really don't like hearing that though. And I truly think it's a cop-out. My coworker shared with me, like, you don't really look like a nice person, but when you open your mouth, it's like, oh, like she's actually super sweet and super funny, right? But you don't know me. Don't base who you perceive me to be based off of just how I look. You don't know me. I'm shy, truthfully, and I'm just observing how you guys interact to see how can I fit into that, you know? So we're at the table, you know. Also, we were partaking in what are those called? I'm trying not to use the term, but we was doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of this, right? But it wasn't with water, right? Also, y'all know what this is, right? So we was doing that. So, you know, our minds are a bit warped, right? At least for me. But not in a bad way. Like when I get like that, truly, I would get calm. But then if something happens where I have to be paranoid, then I get a little more like, you know. But at the time I didn't feel that way, right? All talking, and one of her, oh my gosh, let's just name them. So my best friend at the time, we're gonna call her Samantha, and we're gonna call her two friends, Rudy and Tootie. All right. So Rudy is braiding Tootie's hair. You know, she's braiding Tootie's hair, just like two little slick backs, right? And they're all talking, and you know, it's just regular conversation. And I guess Rudy didn't like the fact that I wasn't talking as much, but instead of asking me for my opinion or like including me in their conversation, she just kept asking Samantha, I think that's what I said my best friend's name is, hopefully. She kept asking Samantha, oh, when is your other friend coming? Is your other friend still coming? And I do think that that is and was passive aggressive because of just how she stated it, because it's all in the tone. Like if you said it like, oh girl, like remember that other girl you were referring to, like is she still coming? Versus, oh, like is your other friend coming? Like it was just like, it's like, what's the problem? But I didn't comment on anything because truthfully in that past I wasn't as I was outspoken, but I was outspoken with people that I care about. Anybody else, you're not gonna get that side of me because you're not gonna see me crack. You're not. But people that I care about, yes, right? So I didn't say anything. Then She finished braiding her hair, excuse me. Samantha goes takes a shower, then Tootie go takes a shower, then Rudy go takes a shower, right? So all three of them take a shower, right? And now it's me to take the shower. Also, I did want to go in there first. I didn't want anyone saying anything like, oh, she's taking forever in there, and like, they just gave me that type of vibe, truly, so I wanted to be the last one. So you know, when you bathe, let's be real, you know, when you bathe, you can see the dirt going down with the drain. Let's be real. Okay, so if the drain doesn't go down, where does the dirt go? The dirt stays in the tub, right? Cool. So Rudy's the last one, and I go in the bathtub, and the tub stopped up, right? Not the tub, yeah, the tub stopped up, right? So I go to Samantha and I say, hey, can you tell Rudy to like lift that up so the water could go down? Because I'm not putting my hand in your dirty bath water. I'm not putting my hand in your dirty bath. That's so disrespectful to me, right? So she's in bed, Rudy, and she's like, oh, like, I'll do it in the morning. So I'm thinking to myself, like, all of y'all got to do what y'all needed to do in the bathroom, and now there's me, and now it's I'll do it in the morning. And I was so disappointed in Samantha, because truly, since these are her friends, I did not want to cause strife on the first night, because I could have went there. Like, actually, no, you are gonna do that, but I felt like that was her job, truly. And if I'm wrong, if y'all don't agree, put that in the comments, tell me. But I don't think that should have been my job. If I'm with two people and I know the both of them, but they don't know each other, and one of them disrespects the other, I'm checking whoever disrespected them, because that's not your, no, right? So I let it go, truly. I just did a little bird bath in the sink, you know, whatever, right? And yeah, went to bed, right? Cool. Before all of that happened, I'm actually missing a part. So before all that happened, actually, when Rudy was in the tub, I went out to do this, right? And Tootie was out there doing this, right? So me and Tootie are just, right? And it's just the two of us. And truly, even though I am an introvert, if it's just me and someone else, it is awkward if it's just quiet. So I started a conversation. And I didn't tell you guys this earlier, but when Tootie, and I hope the names aren't confusing, but when Tootie was taking a shower and it was just me, Rudy, and Samantha, Rudy was saying how Tootie wanted to do her makeup up real nice and like take photos and, you know, like just be cute, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Like, just, you know, we were just like, okay, cool. Like, just let us know if we're still doing that tonight. Like, I'm with it, right? So now I'm with Tootie and it's just us two. I say to her, oh, are you still doing your makeup? I didn't say it in no passive aggressive way, no rude way. I just said, oh, are you still doing your makeup? And then she looks at me like, she was like, I don't need makeup. So I was looking at her like, I'm like, what? I was like, your friend said, Rudy said that you were doing makeup to take pictures. So then she like lowers her guard. She's like, oh. And like, she looks stupid. Like, she knows what she did was just stupid and rude. So I'm just like, oh, okay. And I like go inside. Tootie was breaking out a bit, but not in a crazy way, like a hormonal way. She was breaking out a bit, but it wasn't like, and also how I said it wasn't like I wanted to have some type of beef. I was just trying to start a conversation with someone based off of something I heard, you know? So I thought, right? So I go inside, and that's when I find out, you know, everything about the tub and all that. Like I said, just disappointing, annoying, because I felt like my friend should have handled that, right? Cool, whatever. Took a bird bath, went to bed, woke up, and you know, now Rudy still hasn't done it. So now my best friend is telling Tootie, she's like, can you tell her to do this? And then Tootie's like, and she like goes in there and like takes the thing out. But it's like, I don't want to curse, but like, the F are you huffing and puffing about? Like, you know what she's doing is dead wrong. Like, you know that. So don't huff and puff at nobody, right? She took like a bag and like, lifted it up. That's like, you shouldn't be doing that. The person who did that should be doing that. Cool. So I make them breakfast. Should have never did that. And the thing is, my best friend offered me up to make breakfast because truthfully, I was the only one there that knew how to cook. Ridiculous, truly. But I made breakfast. Cool. We're eating. I am just not having a good time. Like, I'm not feeling included in their conversations. And like I said, like, I know I'm not going to know everything that they're talking about, but just as nice people, if there is someone that you know does not know what you're talking about, you're not going to consistently talk about things that she doesn't know. But I felt like partially she was doing that on purpose, like they were doing that on purpose, partially. And Rudy just kept asking about the other friend. It's like, girl, she's not coming. She's not coming. Like, oh, is your other friend still coming? Like, when are we having the real party? Like, and it's like, what's the problem? What's really the problem? Truly, it was so irritating, right? So now we're supposed to be going to this party, right? So we're supposed to be going to this party, and I'm like over it. Like, I really don't want to hang out with these people. I'm really not having a good time, but I'm really only being supportive of my best friend, right? So we head to the party, and Rudy brings a hookah, right? She brings a hookah, and we're at the party. And I also think, truly, as a best friend, you should pay attention to your friends, right? And if you know your friend doesn't do well around people they don't know, don't leave them around people they don't know in a location where y'all don't know nobody, right? So we're at this party, and Samantha, my best friend, she sees a guy that she used to mess with, right? So she goes with the guy that she used to mess with. Also, we were in an area that did not have a good connection, and we were at a party, loud. Like, even if you are calling them, if their phone is tucked away, they're not seeing that because it is loud, right? So I'm with the other two. I don't care for these women. These women have not treated me well since we got here. I'm uncomfortable, right? So boom, boom, we hear gunshots. So now, flooded, you just heads running. I don't know where the car is. I don't know where my best friend is. Everybody's scattered, right? One thing that I did appreciate about Tootie is that we were like trying to get up the freaking like steps, and like she basically grabbed my hand and pulled me, like, come on, like, right? So I did like that. She got a point for that, because she could have left me for dead, truly, but she got a point for that, because it's like, where's my friend at? So when we reach the top, we see my friend like just playing in her hair, talking to the guy that she used to deal with, right? So I'm hot, because I am in a situation where I am vulnerable, and I am with people that don't have my, well, like, they don't have my best interest. And the person that I would assume has my best interest is flirting with a guy, right? Cool. So cool, right? So basically we go to the car. Rudy left her hookah, and truthfully, I was kind of happy about that, because I just said to myself, God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Like, why would you? And Rudy was the one saying all those things about, oh, like, where's your other friend at? Like, what's your problem? What is your problem, right? So we go back to the car, and what happened? So now I'm tight, right? So now there's another version of me, right? And the other version of me before this night was agreeable, was passive, was not trying to cause any riffraff, because we're spending the weekend together. And also, I'm trying to let things roll off my back because we are spending the weekend together. Like, let's not get too upset about the petty things, because we don't know each other. We don't know each other's temperaments, all that, right? I'm being mindful of that. So, but I'm tight at my best friend. Tight, right? So my best friend's lit, and the thing is, I'm not, people were offering me drinks, but one thing about me, if I don't feel safe, I'm not drinking around people I don't feel safe around. I'm not doing that. Never doing that. No. absolutely not. I'm not drinking around nobody. I don't feel safe around. Absolutely not. So I was sober, right? And that freaking boop boop definitely sobered me up even more, right? Because I had a little sip of something, but it wasn't like, it was a sip. Because then I'm like, actually, I don't know none of these people. I don't care for these two. My friends nowhere to be found. I'm getting them. No, right? No. So basically, we get back to the area where we were for the Airbnb, and truthfully, her two friends are walking ahead. They're almost at the freaking location, and this entire time she was buddied up with them, which I thought was a little weird, but whatever. But now she's lit and she's like stumbling behind all of us. So me at the time, I was tight, and I wanted to just continue, like, just pretend like I don't know that she's stumbling behind us. Like, the thing is, there was a vengeful, like, I think as humans we all have like a good and bad side. Like, I didn't want anything to happen to her, but not the vengeful part, because I didn't want anything to happen to her, but it's like, I'm not going out of my way to save you when you didn't, like, you weren't there for me. But I like literally cannot do that with people that I love. Like, I literally, like, I can't, right? So even with my attitude, I grabbed this girl's hand, and I, not aggressively, but I pull her forward so she's right next to me, right? And I'm just waiting where her walking slow with her as she's, you know, taking her time to get to the place, right? So now we get to the, whatchamacallit? We get to the B&B, right? So she's on the couch. She doesn't look good, right? So I have some water, and I'm trying to, like, have her drink the water, right? So Rudy, she's around, like, she sees what's happening. Like, Rudy's pretty sober too, but she's lit, but she's like sober, right? So, y'all, my freaking camera stopped recording. So okay, so she's slumped on the couch, right? So I've heard stories of people that have, like, gone to sleep in that kind of way, and they wake up just unalive, just due to, like, maybe choking on their vomit, or, you know, just any situation like that. So I'm trying to, like, you know, have her drink some water. I'm, like, lifting her, like, having her, like, drink some water. So the thing is, so as I'm, like, I'm thinking about it, and as I think about it, it actually, like, is hurting me to relive that, because as you tell stories, you technically have to relive what happened. And it's actually like, damn, like, what a shame. And thankfully, I'm not in that friendship anymore. Thankfully, truly. So trying to give her some water, and she like I don't know what this is called, but she, like, did that to me, like get off of me type of, like, that, right? Like, but she's late, like, I'm on my knees trying to give her water, she's late, and she, like, jerks and, like, does something. So I pause, right? Because I'm like, wait a minute, like, I'm looking out for you, and I see Rudy, like, she smirks at that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm done with these. Like, I'm done with these girls, truly, because you thought that was funny, you thought that was okay. Also, when people are drinking, that is the real them. That's the real them. How they are acting towards you when they are lit, that's them. I believe that they're called spirits for a reason, right? So noted, that was noted, but that wasn't the, like, I didn't stop our friendship because of that, right? Because I'm like, you know what, excuses for people at the time, excuses for people, right? So that was noted, and after that, I was over it, right? So I go to bed, she's on the couch, I left the water by her side, whatever, right? Whatever, right? So go to bed, wake up the next morning, we are starting to pack up to, like, hit the road, and we bought groceries, right? So everyone's, like, claiming what they're gonna take with them, like, home, since we didn't finish everything. And anything that I claimed that I was gonna get, like, Tootie, she'd be like, oh, well, like, I'm actually gonna get that. So, like, let's say I'm like, okay, like, I'll take the waffles. Tootie will be like, oh, actually, I want the waffles, so I'm gonna get it. And then, like, she'll hurry over to the fridge and, like, get the waffles. So my thing is, I'm not beefing with nobody over waffles, so take the waffles, right? Take the waffles, right? So then there was a point when, I don't know, but Rudy said something, like, she questioned us about something, And it was just weird. It was so weird. It was like a standoff, like arms folded, like, and it was just like, what is this? Like, what is this? And I was over it. I'm like, ew, like this is so catty and ugly, like, ew, right? I don't remember what she said, but I said something like, I'm not doing that, so like let's figure something else out. And they both looked at each other like, oh, like did she just say that to us? It's like, actually, yes, I did say that to you. Now what? Because now I'm taking out my earrings. Now I'm tying up my locks. Like, now I'm with it. Like, next, let's go, right? I was at my wit's end. Because the thing is with people think that I pop it. I don't pop immediately. I don't pop immediately. I don't like to refer to astrology, but Taurus, the bull, the first thing, I'm not popping immediately. No, that matador keeps playing with me. That matador keeps flapping that. Come on, like, I'm like, yo. So I'm over it, right? But they had more bags than me, right? So I asked Rudy, I'm like, would you like help with any of your bags? So she like plops the biggest suitcase. She's like, oh, you could actually carry that out. And I was like, actually, no, I meant something small. And she was like, oh, well, I don't need help with anything. Yeah, you want to be weird and take advantage of me. Like, girl, bye, right? Girl, bye, right? I'm so happy that we are on our way back to where we stay, New York, right? And what I did not like is that she asked my best friend, she's like, oh, where are you going? She said Harlem, and she didn't ask me where am I going, right? So I thought that was a little weird, because I would have gave her the money to take me further, but at the same time, I didn't want to be in the car any longer than I needed to be with you. And also, I would have you drop off my friend first, then you drop me off. But not everybody's like me. Anyways, so now we are in Harlem. So I'm like, you know what? My best friend got her door-to-door service, and I got to take the train. It's fine though. It's fine though. It's fine though, truly. I asked Tootie, because Rudy, she didn't live around where we live. She lived like upstate or something. So she had her own car and drove back home, right? So Rudy, now we're in Harlem, you know, cool. Like, they could at least drop me off to the right train location, like, at least. Like, anyways, so we're in Harlem, and I asked Tootie asked Tootie, I'm like, oh, how much would you like for me to give? So she like side eyes me from the back seat. And I'm looking like, what's the problem? Like, I'm asking you how much money would you like me? You drove us. Like, even though I don't mess with you, you still used your gas, right? So she doesn't acknowledge me. So I'm like, okay, she's freaking weird, right? So then my friend asked. So my friend says how much. She was like, oh, just give me 20, right? So I'm just like, okay, like whatever, right? I just follow suit, right? So we get up the car, cool. I'm heading towards the train. I had like a duffel, so it wasn't nothing crazy. I'm heading towards the train, like down the steps, and I see my best friend, and she's like smirking. And it was so weird. It was like, and the thing is, I see all of these things, but I don't let go of certain relationships and friendships because I'm trying not to have a bad experience taint the entire, you know, length of the friendship, right? But I peeped that, and I'm like, this was a terrible weekend. I had such a horrible time. Like, and the thing is, I was texting someone I was dealing with at the time, and they could read my energy through the text. Even though I was keeping it like short, I didn't talk about what I experienced down there because I didn't want to make it reality while I was down there, because truly it hurt. Like, as I'm thinking about these things, and especially it being with my best friend, it hurt me, you know, especially since I was so excited for it. You know, I'm hyping it up, I'm talking about it, and it was bad, right? So I bring it up, like, I don't talk about it. I talk about it with the guy I was dealing with at the time. I tell him about it. I'm like, do you think I should bring it up? I don't remember what I said truthfully, because this was 5 years ago. And I think he said, like, bring it up, right? So she asked me, so like, how do you think the trip went? And I was like, I had a horrible time. And I told her about it. I told her my experience, and she kind of just like brushed it off. So that hurt me. And what I found weird was that after that, Tootie was like, she added me to her close friends. This is what I found weird. Tootie added me to her close friends. And just like, well, that's all she did. But she said, but my best friend said like she would ask for me. And I'm like, what is it about me? Like, I experience people who, when they meet me, they're mad rude to me. They don't know me, but they're mad rude to me. And then out of nowhere, the next interaction we have, they want to be all buddy. I don't with you. I don't with you. Like, I don't care if what happened when we was 6. I don't mess with you. I like, especially when it was unprovoked, especially when I'm walking into this. Like I said, I'm an introvert, so I don't like walking into things showing who I am, because I don't want you taking advantage of me. And then when I walk into something showing who I am, and you know you're being weird, go bye. So it was weird. And then like, I remember that same year, my best friend had something for her birthday, and Rudy walks up to me like, oh, girl. I'm looking at them like, not cracking a smile, not. Do you not remember what happened? No, we're not cool. And the thing is, sometimes I think people think I'm going to ride their, yeah, like people think that like, oh, let's not, like, let's be mean to her, let's like, you know, and like people, because people want to be validated. But the thing is, I don't want to be validated by no weirdos. I don't want to be validated by a weirdo. That will never happen. The only person that needs to validate me is the one above. So if I peep you're a weirdo, I'm looking at you like just that, right? Just that. So yeah, y'all, that was the time I had a terrible experience, and it wasn't fun. Honestly, thinking about it really hurt my feelings just now, because I haven't really thought about that in a while, because like there was no need to, but just digging up the story was like, ouch, like this happened, you know, because this really hurt me. And as I shared, I'm no longer friends with that person, thankfully. And my mom asked me recently, she was like, oh, like, do you miss Samantha? And I was like, truthfully, no, I don't miss the passive aggressiveness. I don't miss the competition. I don't miss the secret anima. I don't miss it. I don't miss any of that. I don't. Ooh. But yeah, that was the story of the time that I had a horrible trip, a horrible Airbnb trip. Thankfully, it was just a weekend, and after that, I said I am not taking any trips with any women or men for that matter. I wouldn't take any trips with no men that I don't know. I'm not taking any trips with anybody I don't know. Like my cousin, and I'm cool with my cousin. My cousin invited me to her Las Vegas birthday trip last November, and I told her I can't go. I was like, the only way I'm going is if me and your friends link a couple times before the trip. But if the first time we're really linking is on the trip, like I've heard of them, I hear of them, but if the first time we're linking is on the trip, I'm not going. No, I'm not spending my bread to have a horrible time. And that's how I felt like I spent my bread to have a horrible time. All I gotta say is be nice on these girls' trips. Be nice. There's no reason to be petty. And if you find a reason where you feel like you need to be jealous or envious of someone, figure out why first. Don't spill that on to anybody else, because the person didn't do anything to you. These people don't know you. And also, if you are on the side that I have been on, girl, they hate him. Girl, they hate him. Like, do you ever just think that, like, what's the freaking problem? Oh, man. But yeah, so that was the time, and I'm so tired, and it's time for me to go to freaking bed. But I'll take off my jewelry when I close y'all out. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. got a little emotional. Y'all didn't see that, but got a little, not like tears, but like, damn, like that hurt coming from someone you loved. But yeah, we're starting off this